The Battle of Bosworth Field, 1485. The fields of Bosworth were soaked with morning dew, the grass trampled under the boots of thousands of soldiers. Two banners rippled in the wind, the white rose of York and the red rose of Lancaster, symbols of decades of bloodshed. King Richard III sat atop his horse, armor gleaming, a golden crown fixed to his helmet. His gaze was sharp, restless. He had seized the throne through cunning and ruthlessness, but whispers followed him, of murdered nephews in the tower, of betrayal, of curses. Now, a challenger had come, Henry Tudor, a young exile from the house of Lancaster, marching with French mercenaries and loyal Welsh soldiers at his side. Today, Richard declared to his knights, "We fight not just for a crown, but for England itself. Let no traitor stand among us." His men raised their swords and shouted, but in their hearts many wondered who would still be king by nightfall. The clash began with the thunder of cavalry and the roar of archers. Arrows darkened the sky. Steel struck steel, and screams echoed across the hills. Henry Tudor kept close to his standard, guarded by loyal Sir William Stanley, waiting for the moment to strike. Richard saw his chance. Across the chaos, he spotted Henry, untested and unproven. If he could kill this pretender, the crown would be secure. Spurring his horse, Richard charged with his knights, cutting through lines of enemy soldiers. His sword flashed, his fury unrelenting. For a moment, it seemed the king's gamble might succeed. But betrayal tipped the scales. The Stanleys, powerful lords who had promised Richard their loyalty, suddenly turned their forces against him. Surrounded, Richard's knights fell one by one. Yet the king refused to flee. "God forbid I yield one step," Richard cried. With his crown still upon his head, he plunged deeper into the fray, striking at Henry's guards. Blood splattered his armor as enemies closed in. The young Tudor, shielded by his men, stood firm. Richard fought until he was dragged from his horse, overwhelmed. Blades pierced him, and the last Plantagenet king fell in the mud, his crown torn from his head. Henry Tudor was lifted high in triumph. The red rose had prevailed. That evening, on the battlefield, he was proclaimed King Henry VII, founder of the Tudor dynasty. To unite a kingdom weary of war, he married Elizabeth of York, joining the white and red roses into one, the Tudor rose, symbol of peace after 30 years of strife. Yet the memory of Bosworth lingered. Men whispered of Richard's courage, of a king who fought to the last breath. Others spoke of destiny fulfilled, of England reborn under a new line of rulers. Thus ended the Wars of the Roses, not with a treaty, but with blood in the mud and the birth of a new age.